Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since I've filmed something. I'm not even going to talk about it because I'm going to spend way too long talking about that instead of what I'm here for. So what I'm here for is to do a review of EQUINOX, the gym, the club, whatever you want to call it. I'm assuming if you've clicked on this video, it's probably because you've heard of EQUINOX and you want to know more about it. You want to know if it's worth it. I just joined EQUINOX here in Houston. We only have one club. It's the River Oaks location. And I joined at the end of December, so it's currently the beginning of February. So I've been a member for a little bit over a month, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience. I actually have like a list of notes here that I want to cover. So I'm going to talk about why I joined the club, what my favorite classes to take are, because one of the big things for me is group fitness classes, just kind of an overall review of the gym, of the locker room, and then some negatives. I'll start with the negatives first, because to be honest, there's not many of them, and I obviously think it's worth it to join this gym, and that's why I'm a member. So spoiler alert for this whole review, but some of the negatives to consider. Number one, if you do live in Houston, we only have one location, so that could be a pro and a con. For me, it's in a good location in terms of it's in between where I live and where I work. If it's not in a good location for you, obviously that would be a huge con because we only have one. Pro to only having one is that you pay a reduced fee if you only want to be a member of one club. You can pay a little bit more to basically get access to all of the clubs. But I only pay for the membership for the one club, obviously, because we only have one. I can pay a small fee to use clubs in another location. I think you have to pay $35 for the day. For example, if I'm like in Dallas or New York or wherever and I want to use an EQUINOX there is a small fee. It is a members only club, so you have to be a member to go to the club. You can't just pay a day rate. That's kind of one of the things that separates it from like an LA Fitness. I don't know much about LA Fitness or Lifetime. I guess for some context, I'll quickly derail and let you know that before I joined EQUINOX, I was also part of a different members only club here in Houston. It's called Club Westside, and I had been a member of that club for literally like my whole life since I was probably 7 or 8 years old all the way until this past year. So 20 years of membership at that previous club. Not gonna get into why I left or whatever because that's completely unrelated to this video, but just to give you some context, obviously I decided EQUINOX was better suited for me than the one that I was previously a member of. Okay, so other negatives. I was on negatives. The first was location. If you live in New York or LA, they have tons of EQUINOXes, and that's obviously more convenient because you can go to different ones around town. They probably all have like different nice amenities. For example, the one in Houston does not have a pool, and I know that there are EQUINOXes out there that have pools. I'm not a big swimmer, so for me, that wasn't a deal breaker. So the cost is a negative. It is expensive. It's actually a very similar cost. I think it's actually $3 cheaper than what I was paying at the last club that I was a part of. You can look up the costs online. I'm not going to talk about it here in the video, but they are online if you want to look at how much it costs to join an EQUINOX near you, because I think it does vary depending on your location. For me, I feel like the cost was very worth it in terms of what you get out of the membership. Again, love group fitness, and group fitness classes these days can be very expensive, so the fact that I have access to unlimited group fitness classes for me also makes it worth it. And then the final downside, which for me was kind of the biggest one that I had to think about because I found it kind of hard to get over this, you do have to make a 1-year commitment up front. So when you join EQUINOX, you have to commit to being a member for the first 12 months. That means it's really hard to break your contract if you do need to get out of it within the first year. But there are special circumstances for which you could cancel it if you needed to, but generally you do need to be a member for the full year. And it is a big commitment, especially because it's costly membership, and that I could see definitely being as a big deterrent to people. So it's important to know about. So those are all of the negatives that I can think of, or from my perspective anyway. There may be more that I wrote in here, but I don't think so. I think most of this is probably pretty positive. Why did I join? Why did I decide to make the year-long commitment and do this? A few different reasons. I've mentioned some of them. Obviously, I wanted to have access to a wide variety of workouts. So whether I was going to a group fitness class, and that could be yoga or spin or Pilates or bar, they have everything that I'm interested in. They have like high intensity interval training classes. They have weightlifting classes. They have so many different classes. So that was important. But on top of having access to the classes, I can also just go to the gym and like use the Stairmaster when I want to, or do some free weights, or even just use the steam room. Like, it was important to me to have access to all of those things because that's also what I'd been used to at the previous club that I was at. I really wanted it to be like a nice environment because I felt like if it was a nice space that I enjoyed being in, that I would want to go more. And again, I'm coming from being a member of a different members only club that was also a very nice place to go. There's some gyms honestly in Houston, and I used to be a member at one of the 24-hour fitness locations in Midtown, and it is just like sometimes unpleasant to be there because it can smell really nasty, or there's just like sweat and paper towels and just like not a nice feeling to be in that environment. I'm more motivated to go there regularly when I enjoy being there. Also, because you're making such a large financial commitment, that is a big motivator, and it makes me be more committed to going to the gym so I can get my money's worth. I wanted to make health and fitness a priority this year. I'm getting married at the end of September. I want to look really nice in my dress, so there's that. I have an app. Down here it has a tracker and you can set a goal for yourself. So my goal is to go 4 times a week, and so I've been once. Up here it tells you what your next class is, so you may or may not be able to see that, but I'm going to Cycle Beats. It tells you what bike you've reserved. You do need to reserve a lot of the group fitness classes in advance via the app, but it's pretty easy, and usually they're not full, the ones that I want to go to. The sign up opens 26 hours in advance, so usually like every day I'll just look at classes for the following day. I've been 25 times total since I joined at the end of December, which I feel like it's pretty good. It's only been 5 or 6 weeks basically. So, and my average check-in is 4 times a week, like I said. You do get like a free assessment, a free personal training session, and a free Pilates reformer session when you join. I have not yet done the free assessment that you get when you join, which is called EQUIFIT. And I have not done the free personal training session or the free Pilates session. And then you also get like a percentage off at the spa and a percentage off at the shop, which I'll talk about later too. Some of my favorite classes that I've enjoyed going to, Cycle Beats, the one I'm going to today, I really like that one a lot. I was never really into spin, or never really did spin before joining EQUINOX, and now I am hooked on this class. It is so fun. I also really like the Muse. I've been going to that one every Friday. That's kind of like a dance cardio inspired workout with 3-pound weights. True Bar is great. I love any kind of bar inspired or Pilates and Pilates inspired workouts. I have a heated Pilates class. I really want to try Trilogy Bar. I think I'm going to do that this week, but I hear that one's really good. I also love their heated Vinyasa yoga. They have a nice hot yoga studio, and that class is great. I do want to try to do some more classes that I'm not as comfortable with, because all of these are like yoga, Pilates, bar, like all very much in my comfort zone and wheelhouse. So I want to try to this year take maybe some more classes that I'm not super comfortable with. Like they have one that's popular called Precision Running, and I hate running, but I kind of just want to take it to like make myself do it and improve. Kind of some details about the gym, my thoughts on the gym, like the actual gym part, the cardio machines, weight machines, etc. So they have cardio machines galore. There are so many like treadmills, Stairmasters. The EQUINOX is like pretty clean. They have maintenance staff running around 24/7 to like clean it up. It really does not smell like a gym. It smells good in there. So everything's like eucalyptus scented, and it's kind of amazing. They have a bar studio, obviously for all the bar classes. They have a hot yoga studio. They have a spin studio, and they have a reformer Pilates studio. So they're like fully decked out with whatever kind of workout specialty room you would need. They offer personal training. They have really nice weight machines, I've noticed. The cardio machines all have like built-in TVs and internet and like touch screens and are super, again, just like high tech and nice. They have a little stretching area. It's actually like two separate. In the Houston one, they have a stretching area, which is pretty big. Also doesn't get very crowded there. One thing I didn't mention as a negative, but I have written down here, is it is overall kind of a small facility, especially compared to the club I was a member of before, which was huge and had just like multiple buildings and like spanned, I don't know, like more than a block, whereas Equinox is pretty small in Houston anyway. It's like 2 floors. It's just overall not a huge place, which is fine because it never feels too crowded, but I just thought it would be worth mentioning. It's kind of small. One of the nicest perks, in my opinion, is that they have refrigerators scattered around the gym with these cold, wet eucalyptus towels in them. So nice, especially to take one like into the steam room with you, or like I take one into hot yoga with me, I take one into my spin class with me, and like put it on me as I'm trying to cool down throughout the class, and it is amazing. They have like a nice kind of business lounge area, chairs and tables and areas where you could basically sit, hang out, and like work if you wanted to. They have, like I said, a spa, and then in Houston downstairs they have a store with like all of this workout gear, and then they also have a little like food, it's like a kind of a quick like grab and go healthy meal looking place. And then I didn't mention this, but also like in the gym area they have so much equipment. Like if you want to work out on your own, you can use the like group fitness rooms if they're not in use, and they have so much workout equipment, like literally anything you could need. They have like rowers you can pull out, all different types of weights, resistance bands, like steps, I mean just everything you would possibly need they have there. Speaking of having everything you possibly need, let's talk about the locker room because it is incredible. They have all Kiehl's products, so shampoo, conditioner, face wash, face moisturizer, body moisturizer. They have hair ties, hairspray, deodorant, I mean just like everything you would possibly need. Steam room in the locker room, which is a eucalyptus steam room, so they have this like eucalyptus oil you can spray around the room. So that was pretty much it. I feel like that was quite a bit. Hopefully that was helpful. Happy to answer any questions you have. So feel free to leave those in the comments, or you can like DM me or comment on my Instagram. I do want to make another video definitely after I have done the full year of membership. So I'll plan on doing like a 1-year review, was it worth it type thing. And then I'm also thinking about maybe doing a review of like the EQUIFIT, whatever, the assessment and personal training session. So let me know if you would be interested in that, and I will do a review of that piece as well. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or if it was helpful, and hopefully I will see you around on the internet. Bye.